Hello, it's Ashley, your traveling hypnotherapist and organizer of You Outside the Box virtual conference starting September 1st. Lifetime access, join anytime. Tried to go live on Facebook, but nothing is working appropriately or the way it's supposed to. So that actually leads me right to what I'm here to talk about today is that everything has an ish sandwich. Poop sandwich, stinky sandwich. There's a downside to everything. Everything. Now the everything has an ish sandwich comes from Mark Manson, who is now a best-selling author. I've followed him for years, like probably at least 10, 12, 15 years, back when he was just a blogger. He's the writer of the book, or author of the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving Enough. Um, Let me know below if you've heard of it, if you've read it, if you've heard of Mark Manson, give me a hey or a yeah or a one or let me know because he's got some good stuff. One of the only men persons that I followed for a long time. Anyway, the concept is that literally everything has a downside. Now this may come as a shock to you, but van life and living in a van is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not. Nothing is. Nothing is. Like, it's rained the past 2 days. I've pretty much taken the last 4 days, like, more or less off of work, even though I have this big conference that I am organizing and still working on that starts in, I don't know, 7 days now. But we moved campsites, we moved to a new place. There's always time and energy that goes into that. Settling into a new place, it's not really, it leaves some to be desired, which happens. Yesterday I had to, yesterday it rained all day. We were going to go to the grocery store, we were going to dump our tanks, we were going to, clean out the van, we were going to take everything out and like clean. And none of that happened because it rained all day. So, and I got my period like a week and a half early. So I've just felt drained and not like doing anything and tired and not up to talking like this. And that led me to start thinking about how there's the whole concept of like social media being a highlight reel, and that leads to us comparing ourselves to others, to like, the highlights of other people's lives. And everybody's life, everybody's social media life, even like our photo albums back in the day, like before we had social media, we had photo albums. We would take pictures. We didn't take pictures when we were crying. We didn't take pictures when we were on the toilet. We didn't take pictures when everything was going to shit. We didn't take pictures on rainy days. We didn't take pictures when things weren't happy and joyful. It has nothing to do with social media. That's just how we do it. If I'm having an argument with my daughter or we're really working through something, I'm not going to grab my phone in the middle of it and like record it. I'm just not. What's that? Oh, I don't know, but can I help you in a second when I'm done with this video? So, just because people don't show those things on social media doesn't mean that they don't happen. So, my thoughts were like back when, you know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I first started really watching people on YouTube, following people on YouTube, looking for other people doing van life, watching people on Instagram and stuff like that, I came across lots of videos of like highlighting the downsides, saying like they don't show you this and they don't show you that, and they're showing you this glamorous thing that's going on and blah, 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 blah. And the thing is that like, I don't need anyone else to like post a picture of them on the toilet pooping every day, but I know most of us do. I know most of us do. I don't need to see pictures of people like cleaning diapers or wiping butts or cleaning up vomit or cleaning anything to know that they do it. So maybe the problem isn't with what people are putting out there. Maybe it's the problem is that like we see what we see and assume that it's always that way. But that assumption is on us because everything has an ish sandwich. Now, a couple months ago, I was talking to a bunch of people in an unschooling group or an almost unschoolers group. And I was introducing myself and just chatting it up, making friends. And I mentioned that my daughter and I travel full time. And this woman was like, that is so cool. I would love to do that with my kids, but I'd have to look into it because I'm sure there's downsides. Of course there's downsides. Of course there's downsides. I have a tank back there that fills up with poop that I have to go empty. But you know what? Me, my sister, and at least one other family that I can think of, if not more, has had poop back up inside their house when it rains or when the toilet breaks or because there was roots blocking the drain pipe and the poop rises up in the basement and it gets the carpet all wet and it makes it stink and it's a big old mess and you got to call the plumber and you got to pay a lot of money to get it fixed and then you might have to replace your carpet. Does that make you not want to buy a house? I don't always have good Wi-Fi, which is why I'm not live right now. This is pre-recorded. But there's a lot of houses that don't have really good Wi-Fi, or it goes out, or whatever. There is literally downsides to everything. It's just a matter of whether it's a downside that you're familiar with and comfortable with, or whether it's a downside that you're like, I don't know. Because when we want to make a change, when we're thinking about making a change, when we're considering making the change, we have this tendency to make the downsides really big and minimize the benefits, minimize the good things that could come out of it, like peace and joy and a sense of fulfillment and our heart being lit on fire almost every day because we're living what we want to, what we truly want to. Most of us have never actually even experienced that. So if it's something we've never even experienced, then we definitely maybe don't put the value on that and we minimize it because we don't even know really what that feels like, right? And we look at all these, if you go looking for a reason to not do something, you are gonna find plenty of reasons not to do something. So what's your heart say though? What does it feel like on the inside? And just because something is working for someone else doesn't mean that it's for you. Like when I see someone jumping out of an airplane, skydiving, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And I like would give them a high five and be like, you are amazing and courageous. And I have zero interest in doing that. Zero. Not for me. Not right now, anyway. But props to them, man. So just because something that someone else is doing is really cool doesn't mean that it's for you. Nor does it mean that you should stop them or tell them that it's really dangerous or not a good idea. Let them do them, you do you. But if there's something that lights you up that you're like, you get really excited about and you're like, oh, that would be so amazing. But stay with the amazing part of it. Be aware of the other stuff. Stay with that amazing part of it. Okay? Don't let that fear of the unknown stop you from doing what you feel poked to do, what you feel nudged to do, what you feel pushed to do that'll light your heart on fire. Da 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 da. I was looking at I made a few notes because all this was all jumbled up inside my head. So that brings me to who are you surrounding yourself with? No one. Who are you surrounding yourself with? So I was talking to a friend earlier today. She's kind of brand new to entrepreneurship and she was feeling all the feels because if there's anything that will highlight all of the issues that you need to work on, it is stepping into entrepreneurship. You will all of a sudden feel incredibly inadequate. You will be scared as shiz. You will lack confidence. You will doubt everything. You will doubt your ability. You will fear the unknown. You will fear rejection. You will fear failure. You won't know what the F you're doing. You will lack clarity. You will lack the confidence. You will be not good enough. You will be not worthy. Nothing will be perfect enough. And nothing will work. These are all the things that you will face at some point, or many times, or over and over and over again on an entrepreneurial journey. Okay. Now, that's amazing because it highlights all of that. It makes you aware of all of that. Because if you had stayed in your little comfort box, you would have never known about these things. You would have been asleep, unconscious to these things. And if you are asleep, unconscious, unaware of things, you do not work on them. You don't know they're there. So that's why stepping out of the box will make you aware of all of these things that you need to heal and work on. And you will gradually and over time become more and more and more you and not the things that we've been told to be and do and feel and have. That is why I would love to have you in our group starting September 1st. It's the whole month of September. I have 30 women, powerful, beautiful, confident, knowledgeable, experts in their own fields, and all entrepreneurs coming to speak, gathering to speak and share their wisdom of whatever their specialty is. Okay. And we entrepreneurs, we healers, we coaches, we mentors, we speakers and all the such, we talk about this stuff because we've lived it. Because we've lived it. And we know that these things exist in everybody because we know that every single entrepreneur that we've ever met and talked to, that these things have existed inside of. So everybody has this. It's just whether or not we've stepped outside of our comfort zone to become aware of it and then have the courage and curiosity and compassion with ourselves to really look into it and dig into it and work through it. So come to this gathering of 30 women that have all walked through at least part of the stuff and are continuing to walk through it. And come in with us and learn and absorb, and you will feel the power and the confidence and the clarity and the healing and the self-awareness that is with this group of people because you are who you surround yourself with. So join us. Join us. That alone would be worth it. And you're going to learn so much more. And then there's the gifts. YouOutsideTheBox.com. Join us.